Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday Fun Day, and this is Monday Morning Mindset. And what is mindset and why does it matter? The mindset is a combination of your thoughts and your feelings that affect your actions, which ultimately affect every aspect of your life. So it's critically important. And this morning, our essential oil is cedarwood. And so just take a drop of cedarwood in your hand, gently smooth your palms together. Take some deep inhalations. So cedarwood is an oil that helps us with the feelings of conceit. And so what is conceit? It's about knowing who you are and not having to act as though you're somebody else. Is really getting to know yourself. Conceit is actually a form of internal shame. And so you're putting on this outward show of arrogance. And so really what we want to do is simply have that knowingness and meekness of who we are, the acceptance of the way that we've been created for a purpose, for a reason, and simply accept that. The knowingness of being true to your own self. And so yes, I do have a story in regards to that. And so this is about a king who called all the young men of his nation together and gathered them into his royal hall. And the king gave each of them a seed. And he said, this is a very special seed. I want you to go and plant it and take care of it and come back after a year with whatever you have grown. Based on whatever you bring back from the seed that you have grown, I will decide the next king of the country. And so everyone left the gathering with the seed, and they excitedly planted their seed and waited for it to grow. And as the months passed, the young men of the country were talking about how their plant had grown tremendously beautiful. And among all of those young men, there was one young man whose seed hadn't even sprouted. And although he used to water the seed every day and did everything to make it grow, the seed didn't grow. And he could hear people talking about their plants, but he still had nothing. And a year had passed, and from the day the seed was distributed, all the young men were summoned to the palace where they were to display the outcome of their seeds. The young man whose seed did not grow as the others was very reluctant to even attend the gathering. But his mother insisted that he go to the palace with what he had because his efforts had been true and there was no shame in showing that. So the young man went to the palace with his pot of soil. And in the gathering, he was amazed to see the variety of beautiful plants that the others had grown. The young man put his empty pot on the floor while a number of others were laughing at him. The young man was so embarrassed to even be there. And when the king arrived to the hall, he inspected each and every one of the pots, and he slowly examined all of the different foliage and the beaming children that accompanied them. And the young man was without anything in his pot, was hiding in the back part of the room, where he was hoping he wouldn't be seen. But the king found him and gave him pause as he did. Walking over, he eyed the young man. He looked at the young man, and he looked at the plant pot closely. He said nothing. He simply ordered his guards to bring the young man to the front of the room. The young man was very sad, as the king had noticed his utter failure to grow a seed. Arriving at the front, the guards let him go, leaving him standing alone before all the others, many of whom were snickering and pointing. The king called the young man closer. He held his hand and raised it by his side along with the king and said, "Behold, everyone, your new king." And the king said, 1 year ago, I gave everyone a seed. I instructed you to take the seed, plant it, water it, and bring back whatever you had grown. What you were unaware of was that every seed I handed out had been boiled beforehand so that none of them were fit to grow. All of you, after a year, have brought me trees, plants, and flowers born of your own dishonesty. The seeds which grew these plants were not the ones that I provided you. Therefore, look upon the only honest one among you, this young man, and now you know why he deserves to be your ruler. And so with this oil, how honest are you with yourself? How are you hiding something within yourself and attempting to portray something that isn't the real you? Simply let go of all types of conceit, dishonesty, and accept the wholeness of who you are and embrace it. Use this oil, cedarwood, every single day this week and notice the changes that happen within you. Thank you so much for being with me today. Have an amazing week. Bye for now.